What is going on, YouTube family? Here I am today. I can't believe I'm doing this, but it's happening. It's happening. Wow, I haven't done this in a while. This is like the second time I'm recording with this camera for an actual video, so it's definitely different. I'm liking it though. As you guys can see, I'm in a different location. A little switch up. I definitely want to get into decorating this room because I feel like you guys had a good background before. And this is kind of plain, but we'll see it. I like my little plants right here. I don't know if y'all can see those. I hope you can. And Chata. Hey, mama. Yeah, she's not much of a talker. But today, sorry, let's see how long I could talk for today. But today I just wanted to come with a video that I've been thinking about doing for a while, but haven't had, I guess, the will to do it, or the strength, I guess you could say, to do it. But today I'm feeling good, so I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Sorry if my eyes are red. But just a little trigger warning before I start this video. It's about depression and mental health, and there will probably be some talking about like suicide or suicidal ideation, so just a little trigger warning out there. But where do I start? I feel like I have been dealing with depression for since maybe March. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months. Wow, that feels like a long time. But short, compared to the rest of my life. It's kind of weird. But it has not been a fun time, obviously. I would not wish depression on anyone. But it's a real thing, and I feel like that's not something that I knew. I don't know, for you guys who have been on this channel before, I did a mental health video with two of my friends, Jess and Sammy, and it was a really good conversation. I feel like I learned a lot, but at that time, I don't think I had ever struggled with my mental health on the capacity that I am right now. So this definitely came as a shock to me. Didn't really understand what was happening, didn't really know how to deal with what I was feeling. So yeah, it is still a very confusing time, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can't even believe that I'm saying that, because there's so many times where I was like, bruh, no, there's not. There's really not. But I believe there is, and just keep going, and I feel like you will get there one day if you are out there struggling. But I kind of just want to talk about what it felt like to be in a depressive episode, and kind of what I was going through and what I was feeling. So my depression was, I'm trying to get locks, if you guys can see. I've had them for 4 months, and I don't know, I like them. I feel like it's a new look. Having my natural hair out was just way too much. I was like, I need to do something. So I'll keep you guys updated on these. Yo, this camera is fire. Had to throw on the jacket because I thrifted this from, a little shout out, Savers, downtown Riverside. Fire. I got this for $6, bro. Little fit check. Okay. But going back to the seriousness. I have such a bad memory. What was I talking about? Give me a second. Oh, got you. So I feel like my depressive episode was triggered by something that happened in my life, which you're like, duh. But I feel like some people deal with depression for their entire life, and that just wasn't the case for me. It was triggered by something that I'd rather not bring up right now, but it was definitely a stressful time in my life, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I feel like I kind of fell into a hole where I was just constantly sad, confused. I feel like that I'm gonna say that word a lot, but it was just very confusing because I feel like I've always naturally been a pretty positive, like happy, outgoing person. So like to go through something that felt like this was very confusing, and how it felt, like just numb, like empty. I feel like I didn't really have energy. I slept a lot, and for those of you guys who know me, like, you know, I like to get up early. Like, I'm an early riser. Like right now it's 8:05. I was actually up at 4 today, which is like the first time that happened in a while. But I would just stay in bed and just, I don't know, not want to come out of my bed because I feel like it felt like a safe comfort place for me. But today I kind of got up. I was energetic, so I went on a drive. I went to go get gas for my car because I have a doctor's appointment later. And I usually procrastinate on getting it. But today I was like, I'm going to go get gas, even though my pockets hurt. But regardless, so yeah, I just decided to film this video because I was like, why? No time better than the present. So I'm doing it. But yeah, I feel like having depression, just dealing with depressive episodes really felt draining. Like, I would say that's a really key word. Like, you just feel exhausted from constantly battling your own thoughts. And I feel like that's the biggest thing about depression. Like, it's a battle against yourself, if that makes sense. And it's hard. Like, it's really hard. I feel like I was not being a good friend to myself, and I feel like self-love is so important. So like that was a tough battle to fight, not having that intrinsic love for myself. And with that being said, like, I felt like if I wasn't being a good friend to myself, how could I be a good friend for anyone else? And I feel like that's when I started isolating myself, and I kind of pulled back because I just felt like what I had was like contagious. I guess is the best way possible I could say it. Like, I felt like I was gonna infect other people with my sad mood. Like, so it was hard. Like, I just really kept to myself, and which was different for me because I feel like I'm a very people person. Like, I like talking to people. I like being around people. So this was definitely a different feeling for me, and I hope I'm not rambling. I hope you're following. But it was a different feeling for me, and I felt like I was dealing with like a loss of identity, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't know who I was anymore. You guys see Chata? Actually, my room's dirty. Never mind. I told you this was spontaneous. I didn't clean up first a lot. But yeah, I just felt like I didn't know who I was anymore. And that was really hard too, because I feel like I've always had a very complete perception of myself, I would say, and I knew who I was. I knew my goals. Like, coming to California, like, that was a huge goal for me, and I achieved it. So it was very hard to like feel like I wasn't doing anything successful for such a long period of time. I felt so unproductive. I'm telling you, like, I slept a lot. Things that used to make me happy did not anymore. Like, I stopped playing the guitar. Excuse me. I stopped seeing people. Like, that's the biggest thing. I feel like I stopped seeing people. I stopped talking to people, and like, that's what I'm about. Like, I love talking to people. So it was definitely a hard time for me. It definitely is still a very hard time, but I have been going to therapy for maybe almost a year now. Like, not a year. Maybe like 10 months. And I've had like maybe 3 different therapists. The one that I'm with right now, it's through UCR CAPS. If you need that service, definitely try it out. Sorry, I need water. Definitely use CAPS. You're paying for it, so use it. And the therapist I'm with right now, she's amazing. Her name is Ashley. I don't know if I can say that, but shout out Ashley. She's lit. Like, I feel like she asks me really good questions, so it gets me thinking, and I feel like that's what therapy is about, like getting to the root cause of why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and having you be guided in figuring that out on your own. So I really like therapy, but at times it really wasn't enough for me. I feel like I was just rehashing times throughout this episode that I wasn't happy and why I wasn't happy, and that was kind of stressful because I'm going in circles. Like, there's nothing really, I don't feel productive in just talking about this. I don't really know what to do, because it was very hard for me to take the therapist's advice at times, because again, depression, just low energy, not very lethargic. Like, I didn't want to do anything. And another part aside from the loss of energy was also like hopelessness. Like I felt like, what was the point even trying to do anything that would get me into a better state, because I was like, there's no point. Like, I'm never going to fix what I did wrong to make me feel like this. And so I was really just hopeless. I feel like that's another key word. Like, you just don't really care about doing things more to help you because you don't really see a point. So those two things combined are just killer, like evil for sure. So therapy, yeah, I would say it was good. It was good. It still is good. I actually have a therapy session later that I'm gonna go to. But I did feel like I needed a little bit more or something different. Like, I wanted to change. Obviously, like I said, I've been dealing with this depressive episode for like 9 months now, 8-9 months. And I've seen a psychiatrist, and at first he did recommend maybe trying an antidepressant, and I was a little bit against it. I've never really taken medication before, so it was definitely a different step for me, where not that I had anything against it, I just had a lack of knowledge, I'd say. And again, like, I've never really used medication like that, so like I just was kind of worried about side effects and like things like that, like normal people I feel like would be hesitant about, you know? So I was like, no, I think I'm gonna just change my current living situation, which is why I moved into this house, and see how that goes. Maybe see if I feel a little better, because again, I was very hesitant about medication. So I moved in here, and I'm not gonna say I don't like the change. I really like living here. I'm living with two of my friends that I met my first year of college, and I do like it. It's a little smaller. I feel like it gives me space to kind of be on my studies and do what I have to do. I am taking 6 classes right now, so it's a lot. While being depressed, like, it's definitely a weird duo, but hopefully I could get good grades. Shout out to everyone on the quarter system at UCR and other schools across the country. I know shit's getting rough right now. We have finals. But so I moved in here, and I would say, although I did have the space to be a little bit more productive, I think it was still a really hard battle to kind of fight the way that I was feeling. So after maybe 2-3 months, I went back to the psychiatrist, and I said I think I'd be open to trying one of the antidepressants. So I went ahead, and he prescribed me something called escitalopram. I think it's right here. Escitalopram. It's okay. That's the generic name. I think the other name is Lexapro. That's kind of easier to say. And I've been taking it for, let's see. Give me 1 second. I have been taking it for like almost 2 weeks now. And I would say it definitely helped me strengthen the voice that's saying all the lies that you get told when you're depressed, such as there's no point, like no one likes you, you're not gonna get any better. Like those voices are very strong when you're dealing with depression. I feel like it has helped me kind of push back and have self-compassion and say, what if everything does work out? What if you do start feeling better? And I feel like I am feeling good today, and that's why I'm doing this. So I would say this was a very recent like feeling I had, I would say in the past like 3-4 days. So I would say to give it a try. Like, I'm not prescribing drugs for anyone, but if that's something that you think would help you deal with what you're going through, I would say there should be no hesitation to at least give it a try. And if it's not for you, you can always talk to your doctor and come off of it or try a different one. I'm told that antidepressants are like dating, as well as therapists as well. Like, you have to trial and error to find the right one and the right fit for you. But I would definitely say go ahead and try it. I'm 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks in, and I definitely feel better. I think at the end of the day, depression is also about confidence too. I think I had a very big lack of confidence when I did enter this depressive episode, and that really played a detrimental like role on my self-esteem and the way that I saw myself. So I would say again, like, it's helped me fight back against the bully, honestly, the bully that's in your head. So yeah, give it a try. I don't really know what else to say. I definitely want to be making more videos again. Like this, earlier in the year when I did start this YouTube channel, it was one of the happiest times in my life, and I loved all the feedback I was getting and all the positive comments, and it really made me feel good to be productive and see people liking what I was talking about on this channel. So I definitely want to come back. I've missed you guys so much. I know it's been a while, but I definitely would say if I can keep this up consistently, I would be really happy with myself. I do have finals coming up, like I said earlier, so maybe after winter break or during winter break, I plan on going back home to the East Coast, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, I hope you guys are doing well. Peace, love, deuces.